Hey everybody, it's Overkill here with another Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD video. So, today we are doing the Siege of Stockholm, I believe, or something like that. This was Alex the Rambler's idea, so yeah, if I said that wrong, Alex is gonna hate me, but whatever. So yeah, we're doing a 2v2 online battle in Medieval Kingdoms 1212, as I mentioned myself, as one of the two kingdoms of Sweden, and then the other is commanded by Alex the Rambler. Of course, he's also the kingdom of Sweden. We have two opponents. First, over here on the left, we have H for Havoc, playing as the second Bulgarian Tsardom. Of course, all the links will be down in the description, so you can see his army. Lots of Bulgarian spearmen, which are very upgraded, hooked pikemen. And then we also have Indie Pride, or Milk and Cookies Total War, depending on how you want to call them, playing as Poland? I don't know. I'm not familiar. It's one of the new factions. Don't hate me. Oh no, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Alright, that's what it is. Alright, he's playing as Lithuania. And you can see he's already punched holes through the wall. He's bringing up siege towers and shit. So of course, me and Rambler just went for a total not really get up on the walls or defend at all kind of thing, because of course we wanted to do replays. So that required us pressing start right at the beginning and not being able to move our troops, because if you move your troops, replays don't work for some reason. But, oh well. So I'm facing off against H for Havoc, basically. I'm just going to call him Havoc, sorry about that. I'm going to be facing off mainly against Havoc, while Rambler takes on Indie Pride. You can see that Indie Pride's army, I was going to say looks bigger, but I don't think it is actually. I think his is actually quite smaller. 8. They might actually be, they might both have the same. It's just this army looks bigger for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm just stupid. Anyway, you can see all of his towers and his ram are almost at the gate. And the walls, of course. So, we shall be kicking off very soon. I'm so excited for sieges in Warhammer. It's going to be so awesome. Playing custom sieges with everybody like this. It's going to be really fun. I'm very, very, very excited. Alright, so the ram is at the gate, which, if I was attacking, I really wouldn't have brought a ram, because in 1212, whenever a ram breaks the gate and you have siege towers, your men will like never use the siege towers. They'll always try to go through the gate, or breaches for that matter, and they'll just get absolutely destroyed. So you can see I've just lined up my men perfectly here. If they come through the gate, fine. If they come down through these tower stairways, whatever, fine as well.
The gate.
Yep, they destroyed that gate, but they've paid dearly for it. They've lost 52 men in that Bulgarian swordsman unit, and it's climbing. That number is climbing. So all the siege towers are at the walls. So we're gonna get a nice little screenshot. The pikemen are about to come out on the walls. It's funny how they're just holding their pikes out in there. Alright, so this other unit, there we go. Now this unit is turning on the spot. Oh, hello, Crow. Or Raven, whatever it is. Yeah, this one's having a bit of trouble, apparently. The pikemen are up on the wall now. Look at that guy running. Holy cow. Very cool. There we go. Here comes the swordsman. Alright. So yeah, you can see that he's definitely not very interested in charging right through. Because, of course, oil and such. I put some archers over here. And it turns out that they can't shoot for shit. They end up getting no kills, I believe. I really thought they would have at least killed someone. I also have a unit of crossbows here, as you can see.
Our gates have been blown apart.
So yeah, Indie Pride has gotten all the way through the gate, the walls here, because Alex is taking up a defensive position here. I'm supporting him with some crossbows, and you can see that I'm being very aggressive against Havoc. And you can see some of his men are coming out here now, so I decide to start charging them in, or start charging them rather. There we go. The first melee of the day between my men and Havoc. You can see some blood has been spilt already. Beautiful. And yeah, this was a bit of a gambit, because gamble? I don't know, whatever. Because Havoc didn't bring any artillery, so he didn't create any breaches. So basically, the only way for his men to actually get down was to go through these little gate things, and you can't form a solid formation once you try to get out of those things. You can see some of Indie's cavalry got through and charged my crossbows. They didn't kill very many, though. and I drove them off with my my swords. I start moving up some herdmen up here. You can see they look pretty cool. So yeah, they're marching up to take on some of this infantry that's coming through. Same situation as earlier for Havoc. His men are just completely trapped in here, as you can see. He's lining some men up to come through the gate. But as you can see, the oil is not going to allow him to do that very easily. But they do a lot of them do get through, as you can see. So the melee is getting quite ferocious here. Excellent. So over here we've engaged a couple of infantry units, or a infantry unit, these armored infantry. You can see they look pretty cool. They're fighting against my herdmen. My herdmen should do pretty well. We have some mercenary men-at-arms over here, just guarding this stairway so these guys don't come down. And yeah, now I'm getting a little side charge here with my herdmen, or my huskarls, against these Ducal sword axemen. And we got a ferocious cavalry charge. You can see how many just died there. Look at that. Look at that. That unit was just absolutely destroyed by my cavalry there. And now we're going to charge into the rear of these guys. Or walk into the rear of these guys, rather. And we ended up breaking that Ducal axeman, which is great. You can see Alex is holding up Indy's soldiers over here. That turns into an absolute grind fest. There's nothing decisive about this anytime soon. Also, something I didn't notice about the battle when we were playing is Alex put his cavalry out here. Shock cavalry against melee cavalry. That's not going to turn out too good. This is, by the way, the new update for Medieval Kingdoms 1212. If you were wondering, because we're playing as Sweden, which wasn't a faction before. They changed a bunch of things. They balanced the cavalry a bit better. Cavalry actually die now, as opposed to being unkillable like murder machines. And they balanced some other things as well, such as two-handed axemen and all that. So that's not going to work out very well for Alex. You can see his units are starting to lose, and he's about to get charged here by some more armored cavalry. So that explains why Alex didn't have any cavalry later in the battle. You can see there's some onager shots landing, taking out a bunch of guys. Look at that. Toasty. We're continuing the fight here. I should have got my cavalry to kill these guys, but instead I kind of charged them in here, and then they just died, which kind of sucks. But my huskarls are holding on to these guys. That's going quite well. And it was around this time that Havoc just decided enough is enough. I am not trying to go through there anymore. And you can see how devastating his attack was for his men. They're dead litter everywhere. So I start moving my troops away. We were all in a call for this. This wasn't like a serious battle or anything. All four of us were on Skype playing this, so we heard everything that each other was saying. So they said, like, hey, I'm going to pull out. I was like, oh, well, okay, I'll leave too then. But yeah, you can see it's kind of not going good right now. My herdmen broke, and Indy's cavalry is doing a number, which isn't fun. All my units over here are kind of dying, which isn't good. I was going to run my cavalry up, but I realized this is lost. We may as well just pull them back, just for support. By the way, my general's here. He's just been chilling here the entire battle. Alright, we got more artillery coming in. That's a miss. Both were misses. That sucks. Both shots missed those axemen. But yeah, so Alex is moving up some mercenary men-at-arms here. Hopefully to get engaged. And they look really cool. Look at them. Alright, they're charging in. Can he take out these two units here? I kept my crossbowmen there to keep them tied up. And it looks like we may take out this armored cavalry, and that would be great. Alright, so it's now at this time that basically every one of my units that was here has died, except for these mercenary men-at-arms. And now I have reinforcements coming up, though, as well, so that's good. And we should be able to kill these armored infantry relatively quickly. And yeah, here's the grind fest that I was talking about. Just look at that. It's been this way the entire time, basically. Yeah, those armored infantry are dying, which is great. They may be good troops, but when there's crossbow bolts raining from the sky and the men are getting chopped down in the front, they don't want to stick around very long. So we're going to get in a fight with these Bulgarian hook pikemen. That means Havoc has gotten some troops around. And, yeah, Havoc goes for another assault on the gate. I kept one unit there just in case. And it pays off. Now, oil is going to be pouring in and just absolutely destroying these men. And this sword unit is very tough, so they're going to be holding them back very well. And that is a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. Alright. So yeah, that one unit is enough to hold off all of these units. It was kind of bad for Havoc. I feel kind of bad that this one unit manages to hold off like all of these guys. It's a bit ridiculous. And yeah, you can see now that we're fighting a bunch of Indy's infantry here. And I'm actually going to get a couple of units around, and we're going to finish off all of them. So the current standings now are, we have 3,600 to their 2,600. So we have nearly 1,000 more men. And in a siege defense, that's definitely really good. And it's definitely really bad for them. So yeah, you can see the Grindfest is not going in Alex's favor. A lot of his units are getting destroyed. This unit of Bondir is wavering, and this unit of Herdmen is wavering as well, which isn't good. But you can see I've managed to take out Indy's troops here. And I'm actually starting to flank around. You can see Indy was wise enough to keep his cavalry out. This is also Havoc's general there. But yeah, you can see that Havoc has been driven from this part of the wall for good. So I just give up on that side. I just move all my troops back to the center. And yeah, you can see Indy has a lot of cavalry. Look at all this. Actually, no, this is all Havoc's cavalry, rather. Very interesting. The infamous Huskarls that defended this approach. Yeah, they did their job, we'll just say. We'll be watching this as the battle goes on, but holy shit. Do they do a good job against the cavalry. And we have no idea why. They don't have any defense. They're a two-handed axe unit with little tiny buckler shields. But just watch this. So the cavalry charge up, and the cavalry die. Or they will be soon. This unit has 1 kill so far. But look at that, none of them have died. This slope perfectly cancels any of the cavalry's charge. So now they're in a perfect position to be fired at by some towers. And of course crossbows are raining down from the sky. So now I'm getting a bit of a flank, but sadly Indy put this unit of armored spearmen in the way, so I have to chop through them to get to the rear of these juicy troops here. And these armored spearmen definitely aren't something that you can just carve through, no problem. It causes quite a bit of trouble. So here I decided to charge into the into Havoc's, or no, actually Indy's general. And it's not really the best decision ever. They don't really do much. And I do end up losing that unit as it gets swarmed. But it was enough to kind of distract some of Indy's units. You can see that, again, none of these guys have... Oh, 5 of them have died. They've gotten 15 kills on Cav. And yeah, it doesn't make any sense that they're holding them back so quick. There we go. Look at the kills piling up now. They're just destroying these units. And that is awesome. So it was at this moment that I started running some crossbows over here. My crossbows are going to come over and start killing some of the cavalry. And yeah, Havoc sends in his general as well. So now it's 2 general units versus 1. I'm hardly doing any damage to Indy's general, and mine's getting, well, not hardly any damage is done to mine as well. But Havoc's general is 3 gold chevrons, so they're probably going to do pretty good against mine. And you can see that these spearmen are being an absolute pain. We've hardly killed any of them. And Indy has also thrown in some axemen and some more armored spearmen into the mix. So that's not good for me. But how many kills are they on now? 56 kills on these Huskarls. They've lost 8 men against cavalry. Very good. And you can see the arrow towers are just absolutely destroying all of these units. It's really cool. Really cool for us. Alright, so my general's being a boss and taking on both of these units. I'm very proud of him. But of course, my general. What am I saying? This isn't my general at all. That was foolish. Not 2 generals versus 1. 2 generals versus 1 cavalry unit. But this is the same unit as my general, Swedish Knights. Yep. So you can see between a mix of my infantry and Rambler's crossbow fire, we actually do start killing these guys here, which is great. And that does allow me eventually to break through and hit these guys in the rear. But these damn spearmen, look at that. They've hardly lost anyone since we last looked at them. Indy's attempting another charge against these 2 units here, and as you could imagine, it's not going to work out. Look how slow they charge up. Their charge gets nearly, like, completely negated, which is amazing. And you can see the Huskarls just get to work immediately, starting to kill them. Alright, and you can see now that Indy's infantry is starting to fall apart a little bit. This armored spearman is all that's keeping his army from completely breaking, essentially, because if we could get into the rear of these 4 units, his army would be gone. And see, look how many units my cavalry is holding up. These are all units that could have been used to great effect against us. If any of these cavalry units got through here and charged these guys in the back, they probably would have all broke. So that was really good. I have some random crossbows over here just firing. They don't even have a target, so they're shooting like 3 guys are probably like shooting like straight up and dropping some bolts down on those guys. So yeah, but now my crossbows are here, and you can see that they're aiming, doing something. There we go. We got a volley loosed. Loosed? What? Loose? I don't know. We've put out a volley, and they drop down. They take out 1 guy. Oh yeah. And then the Alex decided to put his Huskarls down because we were having a big discussion on how the Huskarls weren't dying and killing everything. But as soon as they went off this incline, they just got wrecked. So we had a nice laugh about that. But you can still see that was like 8 cavalry just dropped instantly there. So it definitely isn't enough. The cavalry do end up just getting wrecked anyway. So one of the generals has attacked my Havoc's general has taken out my crossbowmen here. Not a big loss. There's like 40 men in that unit basically. These spearmen are starting to get pretty messed up now. So that's good. And yeah, you can see the cavalry over here are next to useless now. They hardly have any men. And yeah, the grindfest is slightly going in our favor now. These spearmen are finally wavering, but a mix of Havoc's, or actually no, it's all Havoc's infantry. Havoc's infantry and Indy's general coming up behind me is a bit worrying. And I do believe I turn a unit around to face them, but I'm not quite sure who it was. But yeah, you can see the grindfest is over. All of these units are wavering or broken, which is great. And yeah, here they come. So I'm not sure if I turned anybody around or not. I thought I did. Yes, we did. I turned around my mercenary men-at-arms to face Indy's general. Actually, no, I think I just turned everybody around. Yeah, I did a complete group attack. Whoops, I didn't mean for that. Yeah, that's actually going to get me. That's going to get a lot of my men killed by these armored spearmen, which is a big problem. But it's all good. Now I seen that Havoc's general was here. I was like, Swedish knights. Should I do it? But then I was like, no. There's a bunch of other cavalry units. There's another armored cavalry unit coming around here to help. So I decided against that. I was getting out of there. So now we're getting into a big clash with Havoc's spearmen. You can see the animations are getting a bit choppy. Sorry about that. There we go. That's better. You know, random bolt just hit my own guy in the back, or an arrow actually just hit my guy in the back. And there's Havoc's pikemen. They're moving in. No matter, we shall stop them all. So you can see all of their cavalry are just starting to get around, and Rambler was getting a bit antsy about this. He's like, "Oh, overkill! Stop them!" I was like, "Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it." We all started getting our crossbows to shoot at them, which did a bit of damage. You can see blood spurting out in random places. We actually killed quite a few of them there. So they take out his onagers, but his onagers were out of ammo, so it didn't really matter. Actually, no, they don't even go for them. They go for the crossbows up here, or the longbows rather. But here's my general charging down. And yeah, he kind of wrecks these guys. Alright, but we have 2 of the enemy generals here. And again, as each enemy unit gets closer and closer, I just start shooting at them, and then I start shooting at them. And yeah, Havoc's infantry are doing really good, but of course they are triple gold chevron except for the pikes. So they're kind of expected to do good. If they didn't, I'd be a bit worried. And yeah, you can see I ran some units over here to help out against the enemy cavalry, and they're all dead now. So this unit's going to start flanking around here, and this one's going to run back this way. And yeah, you can see this unit of armored cavalry has been nearly completely destroyed, which is great. And I have some herdmen getting charged by these cavalry, and you can see they go flying. So yeah, not the greatest idea, but it was just something to slow them down, stop them from charging into these guys. And you can see here, Havoc's archers are doing absolute wonders. 67 kills, 88, and 114. Look at just the rate of fire on these guys. They've just been shooting this whole time, and they've just absolutely wrecked all of these units. It was really bad, and they were actually a big turning point for our enemy forces because they were doing a lot of damage. If they had more cavalry and just more units in general, a little bit more infantry and more cavalry units, they probably could have won this, honestly, because they could have gotten more infantry and cavalry around here, and these guys could have just continued to just destroy these units. But we do end up breaking Indy's general here, which is great, and Havoc's is the only one left. So, yep. So the onagers out here are randomly wavering because they don't give a shit about this battle anymore. The battle between my men and Havoc's is going crazy. And you can see I start getting my general around. We're going to try to get a nice rear charge on these guys, so because I thought that would be pretty cool. You can see my crossbows are now shooting at the enemy archers. And they get a few kills here and there. They are shooting up, and the bolts are dropping down, so it's not super effective, but it's better than nothing. And yeah, here comes my general around. I think what I planned was I was going to rear charge these guys, but then like maybe one of their generals comes after me or something, or their infantry turn around or some stuff like that. I'm not quite sure, but you can see these herdmen probably aren't going to be alive for much longer. And he just clicked the attack order for them, for his general, so this is probably going to go a bit bad for me. Yep. And just like that, the entire unit was pretty much destroyed. Damn. That's cavalry and Attila. Yeah, here's what it was. I was going to rear charge these guys, but Havoc brought in his general. Now, I could have easily fought his general and probably won, but the fact was he had a bunch of spear units here, so they easily could have charged in and killed my general very quickly. So this is where things started, you know, this was the beginning of the end for Havoc and Indy, basically. Once that announcer said that things weren't going their way. And we were going to get a nice rear charge here, but of course Havoc turned around his hook pikemen. So we didn't manage to get that. You can see I moved up some of my crossbows though, so that they could actually get clear shots. So some of them actually start shooting like point blank range, which does a bit of damage. And Indy charges in his general, which is not cool. But he gets stuck and actually knocks down a bunch of his own archers, or a bunch of Havoc's archers rather. So I charged this unit in just to be a buffer basically. And I continue shooting with my other units, and that proves to be a very effective strategy because they start getting wrecked, basically. My 24 herdmen came back, so I'm going to try to get a rear charge with them. You can see my crossbows broke Indy's general, so there we go. We also shattered that unit of crossbowmen, and this is the end of the battle, essentially. We just have to end up breaking these last few units. The archers are dying. My crossbowmen are way bigger units than them now, so they're just absolutely going to crush these Bulgarian archers in combat. So, yep. We would have ended this a lot quicker if the Bulgarian hook pikemen weren't here. Could have just charged in here. These units would have been broken long ago. But yeah, you see we shattered this other unit of archers, so now it's just this other one. So then it was at this moment that Indy's general died, and here comes Havoc's general. He's going to try to take out this unit of crossbows and these Huskarls. But too little too late, I believe. It's not going to be the most effective thing in the world. It seems like he actually knocked down more of his own archers than our men. So, not too good there. And you can see his spearmen here are starting to waver, which is excellent. And there we go. That is the end of that, basically. Now I also get my general coming around here, but I don't think he gets to the fight quick enough to actually fight these guys. I'm pretty sure they shatter before we get there. And yeah, we've just caused a mass rout of Havoc's Bulgarian spearmen. Now all that's left is really this one unit that didn't break, or is wavering, and this unit of wavering hooked pikemen. So, yeah. Yep, the enemy general breaks, and then just like that, the spirit of his army is gone. There we go. And that's a victory for me and Rambler. What do you know? Pyrrhic victory. So, yeah, that was the battle. I'm going to take a look at these stats real quick. So you can see my general didn't get really do anything because I was afraid to lose him, so I didn't really put him in anywhere. These guys got 100 kills. These guys got 5. These 2 units did pretty good, 63 and then 222. These cheap axe Bondir or whatever they are got 145, so that's pretty good. They did better than these 3 units that were higher than them. Huskarls got 157, 61. These archers got 0. And then my crossbows did pretty good except for this unit that got 10. And they completely died. But I think that was the first unit that died, basically, for me. And then this unit of Swedish Knights got 11 kills. That's the ones I put up against the generals. And this one got 197. So Rambler got good kills with his onagers. Pretty bad with his cavalry. They just went outside and died. His archers did really good. The Huskarls did really good. Swords did decently. His axe Bondir did pretty good. This unit did okay. His spears didn't do anything. His general did just as much as me, basically. And then for Havoc, you can see his general did really good. His spears didn't do too well for the price he probably paid for them. The pikes didn't do all that well. This unit got 0 kills. His archers, as we said, did really good. His cavalry did okay. And then for Indy, his general did really well as well. His infantry just all across did pretty good. These 2 units, oh my god, all of these units did really good actually. These axes did decently except for this unit. And then his cavalry did okay. And his onagers got 0 kills. So yeah, that's the end of the battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. As always, make sure you're subscribed, because more battles like this are going to come out at random times, just whenever everybody can record, basically. But yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out all of the channels down below. That is Rambler, Havoc, and Indie Pride. They're all great guys. They all make great content. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you to Haxo and Nicholas for being great patrons on Patreon and pledging $5 or more per month. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.